Hello students, in today's class we are going to start the next new chapter, linear inequalities. We know very well what is meant by linear. What is meant by linear? If the degree is 1, we will call it as linear, right? But so far till class 9 we have learnt about equations. Then what is this inequation or inequality? Equation means what? We will have the symbol equal to, right? Inequality means we will have any one of these in the statement: less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. If we have any one of these four things in our statement, we will call such a kind of algebraic statement as inequality, right? We will call it as inequality. If the degree of that algebraic statement is 1, we will call it as linear inequality. First of all, whether we will come across inequality in our everyday life or in our everyday situations? Yes, obviously, because every time everything will not be equal, right? There may some situation arise where we need the inequation. For example, if we are going for a shopping and you have 5,000 rupees in your purse, and when you go for a shopping, it is not exactly known whether the things which you are going to purchase will be, bill amount is going to be exactly equal to 5,000, right? There may be some cases where the bill amount may be less than 5,000 or greater than 5,000, less than or equal to 5,000, right? So there are some situations where we need this inequalities in our life, right? So we need to learn about this inequalities as well. Every time we won't deal with the equations, we will be dealing with inequations as well, right? So in this chapter especially we are going to deal with linear inequalities, that is degree 1 algebraic statements which involve any one of these four signs, right? And we are going to learn how to solve those linear inequalities, how we can find a solution for that variable, okay, algebraically as well as graphically. That's what we are going to learn in this chapter. If you see this, all these are inequations. Ax plus b is less than 0, ax plus b is greater than 0. When we have strictly less than, greater than, we will call it as strict inequalities. We will call it as strict inequalities. When we have greater than or equal to symbol, less than or equal to symbol, we will call it as slack inequalities, right? When it is strictly less than or greater than symbol, we will call it as strict inequalities. If it involves equal to sign, if we have a line below it, how we will call it as equal to, right? Those are called slack inequalities. And we know about these are all linear, right? Linear inequalities in one variable. This is linear in two variable. If you see this, this is not linear, this is quadratic inequality. But in this chapter, as I told you, the chapter name itself says it's linear inequality. So we are going to deal with linear inequalities in one or two variables, okay? That's what we are going to learn in this chapter. Now let us see what are all the rules to solve an inequality. Rule number 1. Equal numbers may be added to or subtracted from both the sides of an inequality without affecting the sign of inequality. So this normally we will do these two rules in solving an equation as well. What we will do? We will add the same number on both sides, or we will subtract the same number on both sides. We will multiply and we will divide, right? Unless we do whatever operation on left hand side, if we perform it on the right hand side as well, the value of the equation won't change. That's what the idea behind while solving problems on equations, right? So what will happen if we perform those kind of things with an inequation? We have to analyze it. So that's what they are saying in rule number 1. Equal number may be added or subtracted of an inequality without affecting the sign of inequality. Without affecting the sign of inequality, we can add or subtract on both sides. But when we multiply or divide the positive number, the inequality will remain same, But when we multiply or divide a negative number, it will reverse the inequality. It will reverse the inequality. Why? We can see some example. If I say 3 is greater than 2, I am saying 3 is greater than 2. I am going to add a same number on both sides. Say I am going to add 2. What will happen? 3 plus 2, I am going to add this side also. Now what is 3 plus 2? 5. 2 plus 2? 4. Now the statement stays good. 5 is greater than 4. If I add same number on both sides, the equality remains same only. Yes. Now let us see what happens if we subtract 3 minus 2 and 2 minus 2. Right? What is 3 minus 2? 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. Again 1 is greater than 0 only. Yes. So if we add or subtract the same number on both sides of the inequality remains the same. The inequality does not change. Now let us analyze what happens if we multiply or divide. Now I am going to multiply a positive number to this. So I am going to take a whole number so that it will be easier. I am going to take 6 and 4. Right? 6 is greater than 4. I am going to divide by 2 on both sides. So what will happen? 6 by 2 greater than 4 by 2. What is 6 by 2? Which is 3, and this is 2. So we got 3 greater than 2. Yes, 6 is greater than 4 implies 3 greater than 2. Yes, this is true only. So if we divide by a positive number, the inequality remains the same. Now let us see what happens if we divide by a negative number. 6 divided by, I am going to divide it by minus 2 now. Greater than 4 divided by minus 2. So this will become 3, this will become 2. So this implies minus 3 greater than minus 2. But is it minus 3 greater than minus 2? Which is greater here? Minus 2 is greater than minus 3. Minus 2 is greater than minus 3. Therefore, when we divide by a negative number, the inequality will change. So immediately when you divide or multiply by a negative number, you should immediately change the inequation. So what you should write here? Here, instead of this greater than symbol, you should write less than. So automatically this will also become less than. So whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequation will change, or otherwise the inequality will remain same. This thing you should remember while solving problems. Right? Or else you can perform whatever operation you want while adding, subtracting or multiplying or dividing by a positive number will not change the inequality. But when you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality will get reversed. You should remember these two rules. Okay. Now let us solve problems so that you will have a better clarity. Now let us see how can we find the solution of the inequality algebraically, right? Now let us see how can we solve the first question. Solve 24x less than 100 when x is a natural number and x is an integer. Solve. What is meant by solve? Finding the unknown variable, right? Finding the value of the variable. So we are going to perform the same procedure as we follow in our solving our equation. What is our ultimate idea in solving the equation? We try to isolate our variable so that we can find the value of it. The same procedure we are going to perform here. We have 24x less than 100. So we need the value of x. So we need to isolate it. How can we do it? We will do bringing 24 to the other side, right? The same way, what else we can do? We divide by 24 on both sides. It's a positive number, positive integer, therefore the inequality will remain same. So if we divide by 24, what will happen? X is less than 100 divided by 24. Again, what table? 4 table. 4 6 are 24, 4 25s are 100. So we got 25 by 6. See, if we have x is less than 25 by 6, with this we cannot, we cannot give up a solution set because it is in fraction. So try to express this as a decimal so that you will get a better idea. 25 by 6 is nothing but 4.16. If we round off, it is 4.2. Now x is less than 4.2. Now give your solution. First one, if x is a natural number. If x is a natural number, then what will be your solution set? Then x is equals to, what are all the values you can have? X is less than 4.2. X should be strictly less than 4.2. Natural number will start from 1, 2, 3, and hence we can have 4 also, right? Because it is less than 4.2 only. After 4 only we will get 4.2. So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4 if x is a natural number. So as far as inequation is concerned, we will get a solution set. This is called a solution set. We will get a set of values because we are talking about less than, greater than. So we will have a set of values which satisfies this statement. So which are all the values which satisfies this statement will form a solution of this inequality, and hence we will call it as a solution set. So this is called a solution set. Now let us see what will happen if x is an integer. If x is an integer, then what will be the solution set here? What will be the solution set? See, if this is your number line, 0 is here, 1, 2, 3, it's 4 is here, and this side minus 1, minus 2, etc. So less than 4.2. Less than 4.2 means 4.2 is somewhere here, right? 4.2. So your values, all these values will come under your solution set. Everything less than 4.2. This side till infinity. Right? Yes. So less than 4.2, all values will form the solution set. So this side, etc. Because we don't know the end point. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Till 4 will make your solution set. I'll make it clear. X is equals to, etc. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 till 4. This is your solution set when x is an integer. But when x is a natural number, these are all the only possibilities for x, right? So hence we solved the problem. Hope you understood. It's a simple calculation. You have to analyze the inequality and then give your solution set. Let us solve one more problem. Now let us solve question number 4, which is 3x plus 8 is greater than 2. So first what we will do? First we will subtract 8 on both sides. We have to perform one by one step so as to isolate our variable. So 3x plus 8, we are going to subtract 8 on both sides. See, again I am repeating, subtracting the same number on both sides is not going to reverse your inequality. Only division or multiplication of a negative integer will reverse the inequality. Remember. So what will happen here? This will become 0. So 3x will become greater than minus 6. Now we need x, right? So divide by 3 on both sides. So this will become x is greater than minus 2. Now x is greater than minus 2. Your question is, x is an integer. So if x is an integer, what is going to be your solution set? If x is an integer, see, this is your 0, minus 1, minus 2, this side 1, 2, and this is going to be greater than minus 2. Greater than minus 2 means this side, and it is strict inequality, so you should not include this minus 2. So from minus 1 till this end will become a solution, right? So I can write it as minus 1, 0, 1, 2, etc. Right? What is your second question? If x is a real number, see, you should understand, when it comes to integer or natural number, we have expressed it as a solution set. When it comes to a real number, you can express it as an interval. Why? Because a real number system will include everything, even the rational numbers, irrational numbers, right? So you can express it as an interval. So if x is a real number, if x is greater than minus 2, again the same thing, you can express it as an interval. So this is the solution set. but if you express it as numbers, it will become an integer. If you express it as a interval, it will become a real number system, right? So this is going to be minus 2 comma infinity. Whenever it is a strict inequality, use open interval. When we use open interval, the end points are not included, right? When it is equal to slack inequalities, you use closed interval so that particular value will also be included. Yes, so the solution set here is minus 2 to infinity. Yes, hope you understood. I am leaving the second and third question to you. You can solve it by your own. Remember the rule 2. Okay, then you can solve it by your own easily. Let us move on to our next question. Now let us see how can we solve our next question. 4x plus 3 is less than 5x plus 7 for real x, right? So as usual, first we will try to isolate our variable x. So I have subtracted minus 3 on both sides. We got 4x less than 5x plus 4. This is like performing the things which with equation. Only thing you should remember is when you multiply with minus sign, then automatically the inequality will change. So if you feel uncomfortable in balancing your inequation by adding or subtracting, it is like bringing one term to the other side. You can perform that also. So now I am going to bring this 5x to this side, so it will become 4x minus 5x is less than 4, or minus x is less than 4, or x is greater than minus 4. Why x is greater than minus 4? You understood how we got this step from here? Here we have minus x less than 1, but we need x. So what am I doing here? I am multiplying by minus 1 on both sides. What I did here? I multiplied minus 1 on both sides. So what will happen? Minus into minus, it will become plus x. Your inequality will change and plus 4 will become minus 4. Now x is greater than minus 4. Now give me the solution set. X is real. Therefore solution set will be, solution is minus 4 comma infinity open interval, because it is greater than minus 4. So till that positive end, you should not include your minus 4. Yes. Hope you understood. Shall we move on to the next question? Now let us see how can we solve this problem. First multiply 3x minus 3. The same way as we do with the equations, less than or equal to 2x minus 2 3s are 6, right? Now I am going to bring this 2x to this side and minus 3 to this side. So 3x minus 2x was less than or equal to minus 6 is already there. I am bringing minus 3 to that side, so it will become plus 3, right? All these procedures are same as we perform in our equations. So this will become x less than or equal to minus 3 now. X is less than or equal to minus 3. You should see here, this is a slack inequality which has inequality sign. Therefore solution set will be x is less than or equal to minus 3. Here you have somewhere minus 3, right? And it is less than or equal to minus 3, which means this side. This is your solution set. When you move this side, it is greater, right? Only this side it is lesser. So the solution set is less than or equal to minus 3. So it is minus infinity to minus 3. But here you should put closed interval since you have equal to sign here, right? So it is minus 3, closed at minus 3, open at minus infinity. This is the solution set for your question, right? Now let us see how can we solve our ninth question. Same as we do our equation, take LCM, so it will become 6. So 6x plus, we need to multiply it by 3, so 3x plus 2x is less than 11. So 6x plus 3x plus 2x is 9, 10, 11. 11x by 6 is less than 11, right? So this implies, if I bring this 6 to the other side, 11x is less than 11 6 are 66, or else 11 you can directly cancel. So this implies x is less than 6. So what will be your solution set here? Solution set is x should be less than 6. Less than 6 means this side of your number line. Greater than 6 means that side of your number line. So this side of your number line, therefore solution set is going to be minus infinity comma 6. This is strictly less than, strict inequality, so you should not include 6, therefore it is open interval. Yes. Let me solve one more problem of this kind. So again the same way, the question is 2x minus 1 divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 divided by 4 minus of 2 minus x divided by 5. So first let us take LCM. 4 5s are 20, so we need to multiply this term by 5 and this term by 4. Remember we have minus here, so perform your manipulations carefully. So 5 3s are 15x minus 5 2s are 10 minus 4 2s are 8, minus into minus it will become plus 4x divided by 20. This side it is 2x minus 1 divided by 3. 15 plus 4 it will become 19x. Minus 10 minus 8 is 18 divided by 20. This side 2x minus 1 divided by 3. Now cross multiply it. 20 into 2x minus 1 greater than or equals to 3 into 19x minus 18. So 40x minus 20 I have multiplied, which is greater than or equal to 3 into 19 is 57x minus 54 multiplied. Now I am going to bring 57 this side and 20 other side. So 40x minus 57x is greater than or equal to minus 54. Minus 20, if you bring it to the other side, it will become plus 20. Right? This is minus 17x is greater than or equals to 54. 1 plus and 1 minus, so you have to subtract. So this will become minus 34. Right? So now what will happen? X is, now we need to multiply throughout by, we are dividing by minus 17 now. That's what it means, right? Dividing by minus 17. So if we divide by a negative number, automatically the inequality will change, will get reversed. So minus 34 divided by minus 17. So this will become x less than or equals to 2. X less than or equals to 2. So what will be your solution set here? This is also for the real x only. Therefore solution set is less than or equals to 2. 2 is here when it is less than this side of your number line. So it will become minus infinity comma 2. Closed at 2 and open at minus infinity. So your solution set is minus infinity comma 2. Hope you understood. Yes. So blindly don't cancel minus here. When we multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality will change. How it is getting cancelled? We are multiplying throughout by minus. So remember this point. So if you divide by minus 17, this greater than or equal to will become less than or equal to. Don't make that mistake. Hope you understood. Let us move on to the next question. How to solve the inequality and how to show the graph of the solution on a number line. Now we are going to express the solution set on the number line. Now let us see how can we express that. Now I will tell you how to express the graph of the solution on number line. This is not a graphical solution. This is how to express the solution on number line. So when x is less than a or x is greater than a, which means when it is a strict inequality, you have to put a simple circle on that particular number and then a dark line to left or right of a. When it comes to equal to slack inequalities, you have to put a dark circle on a. For example, if you take the previous problem, we got the solution as x is less than or equals to 2. Then how you will express this on the number line? You will draw a number line, right? Then on to, since it is less than or equal to, on to we will put a dark circle, and then this side, right, we will put a dark line over it. So this is the solution set of this problem represented on a number line. If it is going to be simply less than or greater than, we will put a open circle. Let me show you an example now. See here, if x is less than 3, then how will you express it on the number line? On 3 you have to put a open circle because this is strict inequality. Then less than 3 means this side. So this side fully till the end. So you have to put the till end arrow mark, you have to put a dark line. If it is equals to, then you have to shade it completely, shade the circle completely, and whether it is going to be left side or right side, accordingly you have to draw a double line. Right, this how only you should express the solution set on the graph of a number line. Otherwise the solving procedure is same. So if you see the question 17 to 20 in your textbook, they asked you to solve the inequalities and show the graph of the solution in each case on the number line. So you have to solve the problems, and then once you arrive at a solution, you have to express it on the number line. Unless and until it is asked in the question, you don't want to explicitly denote the solution set on the graph. If they ask, you can do it, right? So with this, let us wind up today's class. So in today's class, we have seen how to solve an inequality, right, and express it on the number line. Do these problems as homework and post it in the group. If you have doubts, ask me. This is a very easy chapter and easy exercise. So do it then and there, don't postpone it. Okay. Thank you, students.